Ladies and gentlemen, we are tonight on the show. How's everybody doing tonight on a Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get this puppy going here tonight on a Wednesday. Let's get started with the NFL. So tonight, let's see here. What the fuck is happening to my telephone? This shit's like, what? I must have dropped water on there or some shit. The odds to win the what is it? The comeback player of the year, according to the. So they're going with Derrick Henry plus 375, Jameis Winston plus 500, Christian McCaffrey plus 700, Michael Thomas plus 1,300, and Daniel Jones. Jesus Christ, Daniel Jones, he sucks. The other three, what they have in common is that they were hurt last year, right? But yeah, I don't know. Daniel Jones, they shouldn't even be on that fucking list. Whatever. Patriots sign defensive lineman Devon Gachukax to 2-year, $20 million. Congratulations to him. Let's see here more news. 49ers released D Ford. That was kind of surprising, man. Let's see if who signs D Ford. Minnesota Vikings general manager says Kirk Cousins is good, but acknowledges that he's not Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. Yeah, we'll see how he is this year with O'Connell, I think, is the new head coach over there. He was the Rams offensive coordinator. Maybe he can turn things around over there. The last few years, the coach Mike Zimmer, not so much. So we'll see how O'Connell does with trying to see if he can improve Kirk Cousins. The reports that in Panthers training camp, both Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold are splitting first-team reps. All right, let's see. So yeah, obviously that's going to be a quarterback battle between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Chiefs agreed to adjust contract of tight end Travis Kelce that pays him an extra $3 million this season. So pretty much restructured the contract, I guess, for Travis Kelce. Let's see here, more news. Let's see here. We got more news. Cowboys Ezekiel Elliott said he's not feeling pressure over his contract. Yeah, I think this could be his final year in Dallas, right? Yeah, you saw what happened to Todd Gurley, man. Even before Ezekiel Elliott was a Cowboy, what was his name? DeMarco Murray. He only played like 7 years in the NFL. Looked like the next big thing, and then he just fucking 7 years later he was out of the league. Same thing could happen to Ezekiel Elliott, man. We'll see, man. Free agent linebacker Carlos Dunlap to visit the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, that might be a good, nice veteran to have in Kansas City. Carlos Dunlap. DK Metcalf has joined Deebo Samuel and Charger safety Derwin James as players who are training camp but not participating due to unresolved contract. Yeah, and remember, Deebo Samuel, he wanted a trade. So I don't know what the situation is, but all of them are at training camps. Wide receiver DK Metcalf, wide receiver Deebo Samuel, and safety Derwin James are all in their training camps. They're just not practicing because they're not happy with their contract. And with Chris Carson's retiring last night with the Seahawks, and obviously no more having Russell Wilson, you gotta wonder if the Seahawks, instead of wanting to resign and extend DK Metcalf, they could look to trade him, man. We'll see, man. Let's see here. Super Bowl winning coaches Mike Shanahan and Mike Holmgren are among the Pro Bowl Football Hall of Fame finalists. So let's see if these coaches, Mike Shanahan, obviously the father of Kyle Shanahan, and Mike Holmgren obviously coached both the Packers and the Seahawks. Let's see here. Yeah, due to run of injuries, the 49ers have decided to release D Ford. Yeah, he was just too injury prone, I guess. Let's see here, more stuff. Michael Thomas came back a lot earlier than people thought. He was put on the physical unable to perform list, and then out of nowhere today he started practicing. So great to see Michael Thomas back on the Saints practice field, man. Let's see here. And now we get Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst said today that the left tackle David Bakhtiari They asked him if he was going to be able to play week one, and he said we're not going to put a timetable on it. He ended up having another surgery this offseason on that torn ACL. Yeah, David Bakhtiari, man, he's been out for almost 2 years with a torn ACL. Jesus Christ, man. It was weird because he missed the whole season, and then he came back for week 17 or week 18, whatever it was, and then he missed the whole playoffs again. So is it possible he tore the Achilles again in that week 18 game and they just didn't say anything? Because it was weird how he set out the whole season, and then in the final game of the season he played, and then he missed the playoffs. That was kind of weird how that happened, and now they're saying that he had a second surgery this offseason, and they don't know if he's going to be able to play and start of the season. This guy, man, he's one of the best offensive linemen, man, David Bakhtiari. Hopefully he can end up healing up and playing again for the Green Bay Packers, man. And they're saying that the Ravens have not yet signed their second-round pick, David Obowo, linebacker out of Michigan. They're struggling coming up with a deal, but that's kind of crazy that a second, not even a first-round pick, a second-round pick has not signed yet, as we are here in late July or into September, August. So they better get that shit done, man. But that's about it for NFL, ladies and gentlemen. That is about it for the NFL. Let's go over to the National Basketball Association. Let's talk a little bit about the women's the WNBA's. Apparently, President Joe Biden is negotiating with President Vladimir. I don't know what the president of Russia. I think it's Putin. I think they're negotiating about Brittany Griner's. They want her to come back. She's been arrested in Russia. I believe it's like March, February, and they're trying to bring her back home. They're negotiating. I think they're willing to do like an exchange, I guess, like a trade of. I guess here in the U.S. they got a Russian person arrested, and so they're willing to give them the Russian person for Brittany Griner. So basically like a trade-off, I guess. So we'll see if hopefully they can bring back Brittany Griner, man. WNBA player who's been arrested for months in Russia. But yeah, man, some WNBA news tonight on the show. Harden officially signed with the 76ers, so he's officially a Sixer again. Arian Baines, who got hurt last year in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics or 2021 Tokyo Olympics, will finally be able to play again. But he's not in the NBA. He's going to play overseas. So it says Aaron Baines will resume his basketball career in a new deal with the Brisbane Bullets of the NBL. Contract has an NBA out, so he can return to the league, which has been his goal after recovering from that freak fall at the Olympics a year ago. So yeah, man. So he's gonna go play overseas, but they said that if he impresses some NBA people, he can automatically come back and like before the season ends and over there, and he can join an NBA teams here. So I guess he has to impress people to come back to the NBA. So we'll see. Thunder hire. I beg your pardon. No, yeah. The Oklahoma Thunder are hiring Philadelphia Sixers executive vice Vince Roseman in scouting as BP of identification, and so yeah, I mean just stuff for their personnel. The Thunder have 15 first-round picks and 13 second-round picks through 2029. So yeah, man. So they're hiring people, I guess. They also hired a shooting coach, Chip Engelland. So the Thunder, man, making some moves, man. The Thunder making some moves, I guess, hiring some personnel, I guess. All right, whatever. Let's move over to baseball, where we just got a trade. Freaking Andrew Benintendi from the Kansas City Royals ended up getting traded to the New York Yankees, man. So let's see here. The trade. Let's see. Yankees will be sending three minor league pitchers for Benintendi. That's a trade. Royals receive minor league pitchers Chaplin, Way, and Salika. In return, the Yankees will receive Andrew Benintendi. Blue Jays were trying for Benintendi too, so probably teams have been under the impression he will be vaccinated. Word is Benintendi has told folks he will get the vaccination. Trade is final, so Yankees must believe he will. Remember, he was a part of those 10 players a few weeks ago that couldn't play in Toronto for Kansas City because he was not vaccinated. But he has informed the Yankees that he plans to get vaccinated. Now that I think part of it was, why the fuck do I want to get vaccinated? We're not even a good team. But I guess he's motivated now that he's at the Yankees, has a chance to win a World Series. So he has informed the Yankees that he will be getting vaccinated with Angel Benintendi. So yeah, man, the Yankees, they freaking, I see that they lost. I believe they played the Astros 7 times this year. They lost 5 of them, and now they just got swept on a 2-game series versus the Mets. So they may need help for sure, man. Help is on the way with Benintendi, man. Andrew Benintendi, man. Some help is on the way. Let's see here, more stuff. Mets manager says Buck Showalter plan is for Jacob DeGrom next start to be with the Mets, not etched in stone, but came out of the rehab start today with no arm problems, red flags. With no arm problems, no red flags. Okay, so he's about to come back finally. Jacob DeGrom, man. That's going to be a fun team to watch, man. Yankees also, additionally, to acquire Andrew Benintendi, are in on talks with the Athletics for Frankie Montas, as well with the Cincinnati Reds about Luis Castillo. Starting pitching remains a priority. Nothing known to be closed, though. Okay, so they're talking to the Reds with Luis Castillo and the Athletics with for Frankie Montas or the Yankees. All right, so they could be adding more stuff, man, the Yankees. Let's see here, man. Cardinals, despite being the favorites for Juan Soto, are looking for starting pitching. So they might just turn. They're not. There's no way you got to trade a bunch of shit for Juan Soto. You're not going to have enough to also trade for starting pitching. You got to make a decision if you're the Cardinals. Do you want Juan Soto or do you want starting pitching? You can't have both. Mets interested in Cubs closer David Robinson, and Red Sox interested in Jose Quintana. All right. So yeah, more shit going on. Dodgers have been looking at Marlins All-Star Garrett Cooper, although teams in the Soto sweepstakes may wait to act other hitters. So the Dodgers also on the Soto sweepstakes, but Garrett Cooper from the Marlins could be a backup option. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's about it in baseball. Let's look at the scores though, and then we'll move on to wrestling. So everything ended. The Rockies beat the White Sox 6-5. The Phillies beat the Braves 7-2. The Tigers beat the Padres 4-3. The Angels beat the Royals 4-0. The Brewers beat the Twins 10-4. The Dodgers beat the Nationals 7-1. The Athletics swept the fucking Astros 4-2. Jesus Christ. The Diamondbacks beat the Giants 5-3. The Mariners beat the Rangers 4-2. I believe they swept them. They turned around after getting swept by the Astros, and they swept the Rangers. The Reds beat the Marlins 5-3. The Mets and the Yankees, hell of a game this was, man. The whole game, fucking Max Scherzer pitches behind off. And then in the freaking end, man, the fucking Max Scherzer had 7 innings, 0 runs, 6 strikeouts, man. It was his fucking birthday. But then in the fucking end, man, after, Alonso hit a home run. It was 2-0 in the fucking 8th inning. And Gleyber Torres, man, the fucking bullpen comes in. And Gleyber Torres ties at 2-2. The freaking pitcher, David Peterson fucked it up, man. Poor Max Scherzer, Jesus Christ. But then thankfully, in the 9th inning, they win it. Starling Marte wins it with a walk-off single, and they win it 3-2. But that was, I'm like, Jesus Christ, poor Max Scherzer, man. All that hard work, and this fucking idiot fucked it up. But they ended up winning 3-2, sweeping a 2-game versus the Yankees, man. Rays beat the Orioles 6-4. Cardinals beat the Blue Jays 6-1. Guardians beat the Red Sox 7-6. And those are your scores in the major leagues here tonight. Let's go to wrestling now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to wrestling here tonight. So Triple H, like I said last night, is being reported. He's trying to make a splash. So they're saying that the Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle match is not happening anymore. And I said on yesterday, you know, it was kind of, the ending was kind of weird. Usually when they do an ending like that, it's because they're trying to rid somebody off TV. You know, Kirk stomping him on the fucking steel steps. That's something like they were trying to take Matt Riddle out for a while. And now they're saying Matt Riddle suffered an injury in the hands of Seth Rollins, and he will not be able to compete. But it's being reported by many people that that's a fake injury. It's a storyline. A lot of people are saying that they're going to go with a different route. And just like at WrestleMania, they're going to have Seth Rollins have a mystery opponent. A lot of people are saying maybe Johnny Gargano. Those are like the two guys, either Johnny Gargano or Bray Wyatt. I don't see it being Bray Wyatt, but definitely Johnny Gargano. I could definitely see Johnny Gargano coming in and doing it. Also, another thing could be, you know, remember years ago, Brock Lesnar and WrestleMania, Roman Reigns were having their match at WrestleMania, and he cashed in and made a triple threat match and won the championship. Maybe they go back to it, but no, you would have to switch everything because you can no longer have a last man standing match if it's going to be a triple threat. Maybe do a triple threat street fight or something. I don't know. That could be another option, but it looks like they're going with the option of Seth Rollins as a mystery opponent. And I guess Triple H, I guess he was not feeling the feud, I guess, between Matt Riddle and so not a good sign, man. I feel those are the two guys that right now Triple H is not really feeling right away right now. Austin Theory and Matt Riddle. That is not a good sign for Matt Riddle. He got taken out of that shit, man. Triple H said, you know, he said on his meeting on Monday, he said, I want to have better communication with you guys. Apparently that was an issue with Vince. A lot of people couldn't talk to him privately. He said, I want to be there for you. They both, him and Stephanie, said our doors would be open to you guys always. And Triple H said, I want to make this fun. You know, I want you guys to have a fun working experience. So yeah, that's some of the stuff he said in the meeting. And they're saying that I guess Sean Rossap has contacted a bunch of wrestlers that have left WWE in the past like 5 years. And a lot of them he asked them, would you have resigned if Triple H would have been in charge 5 years ago? And a lot of people are saying yes. To the point where Tony Khan got ass hurt. And he said, well, he started leaking shit out that like Adam Cole and all these other guys were signing until 2027 and shit. He started like saying, well, this guy's signing until 2027, this guy's still signing until 2025. Almost like saying this is not going to happen. But I don't know. I mean, I get even Sean Rossap had to like on Twitter kind of apologize for maybe causing a stir between Tony Khan and his guys for saying that a lot of the, you know, because obviously a lot of this is anonymous. We don't know who were the guys Sean Rossap contacted. So Tony Khan right away was like, yeah, Adam Cole's 2025, this guy's 2027. Forget about it. Keith Lee, yeah, all these former WWE guys. He was like, but yeah, man. Brian Cage said he plans to leave WWE as well. Excuse me. Brian Cage said he plans to leave AEW. He doesn't like it, so he's out of there. CM Punk, they interviewed him about it, and he said that he doesn't see the working environment changing. He thinks it's going to be the same shit. He says that, and I don't know how CM Punk can know this already, because he was like, well, look what they did a few weeks back in May when Sasha and Naomi walked out. They embarrassed them on TV saying they were not professionals. But then with Brock Lesnar, they begged them to come back and ended up coming back. But I'm like, CM Punk, how do you know if it's like a less star, like a Sasha Banks, they're not going to do the same thing now with the Triple H or Dean. I thought he got a little bit ahead of himself. He was like, how do you know they're not going to act the same way they acted with Brock Lesnar if it's like a mid Carter, like a Naomi or a Sasha Banks? Sasha Banks is a fucking main eventer, but I'm just saying, like, you don't know how they're going to act. They did it with Brock Lesnar, but who's to say they're not going to do it the other stars too if they were to walk away? And more shit came out about Vince McMahon. More shit got leaked, saying that he was very inappropriate in meetings, calling people names, saying inappropriate shit, stuff that he wouldn't even be allowed to say on Monday Night Raw, obviously because they're PG. A lot of the writers, a lot of times, were not motivated to like come up with ideas because he's like, what's the point? They're gonna end up ripping it, and Vince is gonna do his own script. They're saying he had a really bad memory, that he would literally forget people's names as he was talking to them. So really bad memory. Obviously, I think that's part of being 75 years old or 77, whatever he was. Also, somebody said that he was never into wrestling. That obviously he took the company because it was his father's, but he was more into bodybuilding and football. Is that's why he keeps trying to the XFL. Somebody said that. He's like, no, he's more, he's honestly was more younger, and he was more into football and bodybuilding. Look, the guy, he's always in the weight room. Obviously, twice he tried a football league, so it could be possible. Also, they talked about, I guess, back in last year, in December 31st, New Year's Eve day, they came out with a situation of if Mr. McMahon would not be available to work for us anymore, what would happen with the company? And pretty much they were saying, well, and a lot of people were laughing because they were saying that maybe McMahon wrote this himself. They're like, WWE would struggle with storylines, making new characters, and shit like that. And, people are saying Vince had to write this and shit. He fucking wrote this, and pretty much saying that so they would have to sell the company because they would start struggling. And they were saying that a lot of people, that the best time to sell the company would it be when the new TV deals negotiation starts, and that's, I believe, in the summer of 2023. The contract with Fox and USA don't expire until 2024, but it start a year ahead in 2023. They're supposed to start negotiations so that they said that would be a perfect time to sell the company. So then the new owner can come in and negotiate the TV deals. So they're saying that the summer of 2023 would be a good time to sell the company. So they're saying, look, it gives Triple H a year to try to figure this puppy out, and if he doesn't, they can sell in 1 year as they start negotiating for the new TV deals that are set to expire and I guess be renewed. Well, I don't know about Fox being renewed. I think for sure USA Networks can get renewed. I don't know about Fox. This 2024 could be the end of it. I don't know. We'll see. But a lot of people are saying it's perfect because if they want to sell as the TV contract negotiations are in 2023, it gives Triple H a year to try to figure this puppy out. So look, we'll see what happens. I think it's a possibility. I think Triple H is definitely going to want to keep the company. But I think obviously Nick Khan is also a CEO, and there's still like fucking board of directors, so they could pressure Stephanie and Triple H to sell the company. So even if they don't want to, I'm sure Nick Khan and the other board of directors can say, hey, this is not working out. We gave you a year. This is the perfect time because of the TV deals negotiations coming up. So Tony Khan said it last year. We're open for business if anybody wants to offer us a deal to sell. So I think it makes some sense. Give Triple H a year, and then if a year time the TV negotiations come up, and all of a sudden they want to sell along with it, I guess it's fair. It's a year for Triple H to put his head down and go to work. Oh, by the way, they are saying that Vince McMahon, wrote Monday Night Raw script on Thursday. So a lot of the stuff that happened this past Monday night was already planned by Vince. So now that makes me scratch my ass. I don't even have androids because they buried Austin Theory. So that's where I'm like, wait a minute. I believe everything. And then you also remember what the lines, right, that Paul Heyman said about the sound guy stinks. Get him out of here. He's the next guy at the door. Obviously referring to Kevin Dunn. And then obviously Vince McMahon's Roman Reigns saying your father's not here, of referring to Vince McMahon. So that first segment, at least, with the way Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman acted, and then the way they buried Austin Theory, that first segment could have been tweaked, at least that first segment. So I don't buy this whole thing was written by McMahon before he retired, because I don't see. Obviously, they would not have. Roman would have not said what he said. Paul Heyman would have not said what he said, and I don't see McMahon wanting to bury Austin Theory the way he got buried. So I don't know what to believe, how much to believe in that. But that's what they're saying, that the script for Monday Night Raw was written Wednesday or Thursday before McMahon retired on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been your boy C Sports Show. And until next time, I'm like a light. Thank you.